अच्छा जी, यहाँ पे कुछ शेख महबूबुल अमीन आए हैं। हेलो हेलो।
जी, hello.
हाँ जी, क्या
I'm
हाल है,
from
कैसे हैं आप?
I'm from Bangladesh. Um, I'm a little bit of sorry. I know a little bit of English and some Hindi, so mixed. Up.
टू टॉक
Hello.
देन यू डोंट नो। आपको हिंदी भी ठीक से नहीं आती, इंग्लिश भी ठीक से नहीं आती, तो हम
ठीक से
बात
नहीं
कैसे
है।
करेंगे?
हाँ। सो मुझे एक रिक्वेस्ट है आपके पास।
हम्म।
फ्रॉम बांग्लादेश, मोहम्मद मुशफिकुर रहमान मीनार आपसे बात करना चाहता है। सो
अच्छा,
इफ यू
मुशफीकुर रहमान
मुशफिकुर
कौन है?
रहमान
ये
मीनार।
मुझे पता नहीं है, मुशफीकुर रहमान कौन है?
ओके। कुरान की नासिख मनसुख आयत को आयत के
चलें, हाँ जी, हाँ
बारे
जी,
में, हाँ, उसके बारे में
हाँ जी।
आपको।
अच्छा
जी।
अच्छा,
ओके
तो
ओके
करें करें बात, करें आप
ओके
बात।
ओके मीनार भाई, यहाँ पे ही है आप।
अच्छा, करा दें बात आप।
जी। मैंने वो कह रहे थे कि स्टूडियो फुल है, इसलिए मैंने ट्राई किया। सो
नहीं, स्टूडियो इतना फुल नहीं है। अच्छा, कराएं बात आप।
जी, वो बैक स्टेज पे है, मुझे लगता है।
क्या नाम है उनका?
हाँ, मीनार, मोहम्मद MR मीनार।
मीनार, अच्छा, मोहम्मद
जी
मीनार। अच्छा,
जी।
चलें, हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी, मीनार साहब, क्या हाल है, कैसे हैं आप?
Hello, can you hear me?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
Okay, can we speak in English?
आप हिंदी नहीं बोल सकते?
No, I understand
ओके ओके, यू
what
कैन
you
यू
are
कैन यू
telling,
कैन
but
स्पीक इन इंग्लिश।
I
ओके,
can't speak
यू कैन स्पीक इन
fluently
इंग्लिश।
in Urdu or Hindi. Okay, you are telling about the concept of Nasik and Mansukh of Quran.
यस,
I
प्लीज गो
mean
ऑन,
that
प्लीज गो ऑन, प्लीज गो ऑन।
yes, you are telling about the concept of Naskh and Mansukh of Quran, and you're claiming that this fact proves that Quran is not preserved. Am I right? You are telling the previous guy.
That is not
As
the only, that is not the only objection, you know. There are many other things. That Quran is not preserved, it can be proved. This is a fact that can be established through many other lines of reasoning as well. This is not the only line of reasoning.
okay, but you were telling about a verse that was eaten by goat, but the
Yeah,
hadith
yeah,
in
yeah.
Sunan Ibn
According
Majah
to
is yes,
according
that's
to the
in
hadith.
yes, the hadith is in Sunan Ibn Majah and also in Musnad Ahmad. But the scholars of hadith claim that this is not an authentic hadith, like Mufti Taqi Usmani, Hafizahullah, one of the famous scholars in Pakistan. I think you know him. He graded this hadith as a weak hadith. And Sheikh Shuaib Arnab, rahimahullah, he is a very famous muhaddith. I think you also know him. He graded the hadith in Musnad Ahmad as a weak hadith. So that's not a proved incident. First of all, this is not proved. Secondly, the verse that is suppose that's an authentic hadith, but the verse that is mentioned in that hadith is not is an abrogated verse. Okay, so even if the verse was eaten by goat, it does not create any problem because that was an abrogated verse and Allah Himself abrogated that verse. And even if God add this verse, it does not make Quran a corrupted book. This is my point. And you were telling that guy that God add a page of Quran and there are some abrogated verses of Quran. And Surah Ahzab was a very large surah before, and now it has only 73 verses. So the Quran is not preserved. But
Not Surah Azab, not Surah Azab, Surah Tawbah.
I think you make a mistake.
Maybe
The
maybe I missed it.
surah
Yeah.
mentioned in the
Okay.
hadith
Maybe
is Surah
that
Ahzab
was
actually.
Surah Azab. Surah Azab was as
Yes,
long as Surah Baqarah, I think. That is the mistake that I made.
yes. Surah Ahzab was
Yeah.
as long as Surah Baqarah, and now it has 73 verses, but the rest of the verses were abrogated by Allah Himself. Okay, so it does not make Quran a corrupted book. you have to understand the concept of abrogation first.
I am not saying
Uh,
that Quran is a corrupted book. I am saying Quran is not a
it's not
preserved
preserved.
book.
Okay, okay. You're claiming that it's
Is not
not preserved.
preserved, because when you say that so and so verses were revealed to the prophet but they are no longer in Quran, this means that you don't have the Quran that was revealed to the prophet. This is what I say. This is what I am saying here, and you are saying the same thing. You're saying the same thing.
Uh, but the difference is you concluded that this thing proves that Quran is not preserved, but I am not concluding in the same way. Okay,
Yeah,
because
you wouldn't, because you are here to defend Islam and Quran.
yes,
But
yes,
we
but
have many other lines of reasoning as well, that Quran is not preserved and Quran
okay,
was
but
changed as well.
okay, but I think if I think any rational person has to agree that this thing does not prove that Quran is not preserved, because if he or
Can you
she
rationally
understands.
explain to me that there were more than 73 verses in Surah Ahzab, they are no longer there, and you are saying that Quran is the same as it was revealed to Prophet Muhammad?
Yes,
No,
I
no,
claim
no,
it with
because
full confidence.
then this tells us that God's plan to reveal the Quran was, it had many errors that were corrected later, and so much later that Prophet was already dead at that time. So this, you are only looking at it from a different direction. It does not change the thing. From looking at it from your direction, even, it does not change what I say, what I've said here. My objection still stands. That my objection is that there were verses in the Quran that are no longer in the Quran of today. That's it. Do you agree with that or not?
No, I do not. Actually, I agree in this fact that there were verses in the Quran, but they are not today. But I do not agree that it
So
does.
that was my whole point. That was my whole point. Maybe you misunderstood it. That was my whole point. You are agreeing to it.
Yes,
That was my whole point.
but
That
the
there
matter
were
of
verses in the Quran that are not present in the Quran today, which means either the God's plan was flawed, either the
no,
God forgot to include these verses in the Quran today, or either it was the mistake of the Prophet, or it can be blamed on the Sahaba who were collecting the Quran.
well,
In any
I
ways, God should have known that all these people can make these mistakes, but God did not do anything about it. Allah was just sitting around doing nothing about this problem.
I differ you here. You here because uh, those verses were revealed for a limited period. Okay, and the period ended, and Allah Taala abrogated this one. This is a very
So
simple
do
concept.
you think that there are no other verses like this in the Quran that were revealed for a limited period? Because there are some verses in the Quran that are today even considered to be revealed for a specific period,
Yes,
and they are
there
no
are
longer
also
no. Let me complete it first. You are
okay.
saying that those verses were revealed for a specific time. That is why
Yes,
Allah chose to remove those verses later on. But the problem is, even today we have verses in the Quran that have been abrogated, but they are still part of Quran. Those verses have not been removed from Quran because they are abrogated. Abrogated Quran today even has abrogated verses. So the logic does not apply here, because Allah is using two different logics for the abrogated verses. Some of the abrogated verses are included in the Quran and some are not included in the Quran. So Allah does not have a uniform principle. And God cannot make these mistakes. People are prone to these mistakes, that they don't have uniform principles. Allah should have uniform principles. So this proves that Quran is a book, a man-made book.
no. I think you misunderstood here. Because these are limitations of human, these are not limitations of Allah. Because
That is what I
those
am
laws are
saying.
for him.
That is why I'm saying that Quran is a book from humans, not from Allah.
No, Quran is a book for human revealed by Allah, as it
Yeah,
is a
and
book for.
and Allah should not make the mistakes that humans make.
But these are not mistakes. These are not why you're telling that these are mistakes. I'm actually, I think you do not know the types of abrogation. Actually, abrogation is of three types. Number one, abrogation of the ruling and the
I
verses.
know that.
Okay,
I know that. You cannot just
and
say that I don't know that. I know that.
if you know that, then why you are claiming that these are mistakes of Allah? If
Yeah,
you know the
because
concept,
the problem is you are unable to understand my objection. That's the problem. But if you tell me that these are the three types of abrogations, even after explaining those three types of abrogations, my point is still standing there. It is not being refuted. The logic is not applying to what objection I'm making here. I told you
uh,
earlier that my problem is that there were verses in the Quran that are not there anymore today. This means that Allah, changed his mind. And Allah does not need to change his mind. Why? Why Allah does not need to change his mind? Because Allah is the best planner. He even knows about the future. That what I'm going to say here today and what you are going to say here today, Allah already knows. So he cannot make these mistakes. This proves that Quran is not a book of Allah. It's a
it does.
man-made book.
Abrogating does not mean Allah changed his mind. Okay, Allah
Okay, that's your
maybe
perspective.
from the first time Allah knew that these verses will be abrogated. Okay, but it is because the human, they cannot obey all the laws at the same time. That's why Allah Ta'ala revealed those verses for a limited period of time, and then He Himself abrogated those verses. And these were, and the Quran was compiled by the committee of the Sahaba, who were the students of the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. So,
Okay.
and they were,
So, Molana, would
no,
you
I'm
like
not a
to have a
Maulana.
detailed?
I'm
Okay,
just a
okay,
layman. Okay, I'm
okay,
not
okay.
just a
So,
layman.
would you like to have a detailed discussion with me over this?
Okay,
Not a
but
debate, just a discussion. Just a discussion, because this is basically an Urdu Hindi stream. So,
okay,
I would like to invite you on my English channel.
okay, we can discuss this. But
Yeah, you
I
can.
fear
Yeah,
my English is not fluent enough, but I can try my best.
yeah. You can. We can have a discussion if you want. I'm not calling you out for a debate. I don't believe in this debate type of thing. Okay, we are
Do you
going to
have?
have a civilized discussion in a very good manner,
Yes, yes,
and
yes, we
you
can.
just let me know if you want to do it. And please reach out to me. My email is ghalib@ghalibkamal.com. Okay,
Sure. Do you have
it's
Please note
any?
note down the inbox, please.
yeah. I
Yes.
am going to can you this scroll bar underneath the screen? Can you see it?
Yes, I can see this. Yes, yes.
In the end of this scroll bar, you would see my email address. Okay,
Okay.
this is ghalib@ghalibkamal.com. So
Do
you
you have
send me
any?
an email. Yeah,
Yes, yes. Do you have any separate English platform?
yeah. I have an English platform as well. It's not
Okay.
as popular as this one, but I have plenty of people who see that as well, who
Okay.
come there and
I I just
yeah.
came to know about your channel today,
Uh,
some minutes ago. One of my friends from India sent me the
uh,
link of your live video,
uh,
and
uh.
after that, I just joined. It was not pre-planned. I just saw and joined.
Okay, I'll show you this channel. Yeah, I have almost 5,500 subscribers there. I don't pay that much attention there because my attention is mostly on the Urdu channel. But if someone comes and I do one live stream a month, one live stream a week for the English audience as well. I have plenty of videos there. You can look up my content as well, and I would be glad to have you there. So this is my English channel, Ghalib Kamal English. So there are almost 5,500 subscribers there, and a lot of people come and talk to me there as well. So you can come and you can talk to me. Yeah.
Okay, okay, sure, sure.
Okay. So send me
You
an
can.
email. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I
Okay.
will send you email. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll be
then
glad
nice
to
to.
talk to you.
Okay,
Okay. Nice
nice to
talking to you.
nice to join you. Okay. Good night.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Brothers, I'll let you both of you go. Okay. I'll move
Okay,
on to the
thank you so
Urdu
much.
audience. Thank you. Okay, bye bye.